Hello, friends. Welcome back. So, today we'll be talking about the morality of murder. A little bit lighter topic than economic collapse, but we're still going to talk about the economy in some ways. So, a lot of things are happening that kind of made me think about this conversation. But right now, the United States has more cases of coronavirus. It's April 19th, 2020, than any other country, any two countries combined, actually. We have over 760,000 cases, 40,000 deaths, 40,265 deaths so far as of this moment. Um, it's very important to realize the number of cases. So there's 110,000 cases, approximately 70,000 have been discharged, 40,000 have died, approximately. That's about a 63% have recovered, 37% have died. That is really scary. This is a very lethal virus. And that means, if you think about it, if you take a die, if you get this virus, you take a die, and you roll one or two, you've died. If you roll four, five, six, or three, you're fine. But if you roll one or two, you've died. This is horrible. So governors right now, the governor neighboring my state of North Carolina, South Carolina governor, is opening his state up to all businesses. Texas is doing this. Florida is opening their beaches. Let me assure you, people are going to get this, and a lot of them are going to roll ones and twos, and they are going to die. This is very lethal, and this decision that they're making, there's a lot of reasons, but it's an election year, right? The president has given states control there. There's millions upon millions of people filing from unemployment. We've almost had to redraw the chart because so many people have applied for unemployment. People's money are running out. The checks are late. So we have this interesting conversation of we can judge the morality of their decisions, judge the morality of their murder. But I'm going to do something very different. Whether or not you agree with the states being open or not, let's look at a completely different topic, and maybe it's a little bit lighter. I don't know, maybe it isn't, but let's think about this a little differently. Okay. So imagine you are a trolley car driver. This is a classic experiment in social psychology, but I think it's very relevant. You're in San Francisco, you're a trolley car driver, and you're going down a hill, and you realize, oh my God, you've lost control. You brake, you're pulling it, it's not working. But you realize you can still turn the wheel, you can move from one track to another. People are no longer smiling, they're screaming, right? You realize that unfortunately you're going to kill these people. A lot of horrible scenario. I don't know why I'm laughing, but it's not good. And you imagine you're in the scenario, you're the driver, you're panicking, your hands are sweating, and you realize the end is near, but you realize you have a choice. You can go straight or you could veer off. If you go straight, you will hit four people. That's just continuing the course. If you go left, you're going to hit one guy on the e-scooter. Had to throw the e-scooter in there, So none of them are wearing face masks, by the way. They're all not practicing good social distancing. Which one are you going to hit? The four people or the one person? Well, obviously it's the one person. Now, there could be an argument saying that if you go straight, you aren't actually murdering people. You just lost control, right? You haven't made a conscious decision. Well, that's the thing. But aren't we saving the greatest good for the greatest number of people? Like, you're going to hit the one guy because you're only going to kill him versus four other people. You're going to save their lives. They're all look approximately the same age, I suppose. Is that what you would do? Think about that for a second. Most people would say yes, but if not, think about why. Imagine, again, we're in the same scenario, though. We're in a trolley cart. We're going down a hill. And this time, it's a little different. In front of you, going straight, there's 4 guys of inmate outfits on. And to the left, there's a gentleman, slow down sign says, please slow down. My dad works here. By the way, I don't own any of the images. So, don't sue me. Who are you going to hit now? Are you going to hit the inmates? Or are you going to hit the one guy? Is it still the greatest good for the greatest number? Because if the greatest good for the greatest number is, you're going to have to hit the construction worker. Or does morality come in here? Is morality a part where you say, well, you have to hit the 4 inmates because, they're criminals. They've been judged by society, right? Maybe. This guy's just doing his job, right? Who are you going to hit now? Keep in mind that these criminals, if you're on a sort of a work program, they're getting paid 25 cents a day. They've done some sort of crime, but it's usually nonviolent offenses. It's very minor. They could just essentially be doing community service. You don't even really know they're inmates per se. They've done something wrong, but they may not be horrible. They're very low risk. This guy, for all we know, one of the most common things is, people put on safety vests and hard hats and they get into anywhere. There's plenty of fun videos where people have snuck into Disney, like just wearing a hard hat through the exit. For all we know, he could, have a crew in the dairy twirl over there and, be robbing the place. We don't know this guy has children, he could be a serial killer, but he might not be. Think about it now. Who are you going to hit? Are you going to hit those 4 guys or are you going to hit the one guy? Most people, you'll get a little bit more dissension here, but most people are going to say, after I've had this thought experiment for a lot of my classes, are still going to hit those 4 people. I'm still only going to hit the one guy. They're going to leave the 4 people alive. Excuse me. Some people will change their vote and say, well, okay, they're criminals. Most people are still going to say greatest good for greatest number. What are you going to do? Let's back up. This time, you're not the trolley car driver. You're on a bridge at the very top of the hill, and you see the trolley car driver. And some people are trying to get out. Some people jumped out, and there's still some people on the trolley car. And you see it squealing, losing control. And it's going to go out of control. And you see below, there's a whole bunch of people crossing the street, maybe like 50 people crossing the street. San Francisco is pretty busy. And on another street, there's only like 20 people crossing the street. People are screaming. They're like, oh, my God. But still at the top of the hill. And you're on a bridge. And the guy in front of you, you're not this guy. This guy specifically here. You're walking up. This guy's looking over, and he goes, they all deserve to die. Whew. And you could come right up behind him. Let's say he's actually a little bit larger than this. You could kick him, push him off the bridge. And he's going to die. And he's going to fall right smack dab in the middle of the tracks. And he's going to stop that trolley car. It's going to hit it, and they're going to be able to recover enough, stop enough momentum, and be able to bring the trolley car to a stop. And you're like, oh, come on, this is a stupid experiment. Yes, obviously it is. But let's imagine for a second. You're this person. You can kick this guy over the bridge. You can save these people. You can save 50 people crossing the street, 20 people maybe on this side of the street. There's a whole bunch of people on the trolley car, maybe another 20. You could save 70 people. All you got to do is kill one person. Are you going to do it? It's going to work. And let's say for the argument, if you push him off the bridge, it will work. But you have to murder him. This is where the moral conundrum is, because everybody up to this point, or most people up to this point, have said the greatest good for the greatest number of people. Now, I'm challenging you to make an actual decision. You have to engage yourself. You have to engage in murder to save the greatest number of people. Are you going to do it? You go, well, no, that's murder. I'm not going to do it. Well, When people are going to die because of your decision, doesn't matter if you're a general, doesn't matter if you're, I guess, a governor right now. If you open, as a governor, say you open up your state, people are going to die. It's fact. There's no way around it. More people are going to die. But you're saying the economy is greater than all these people. Their collective deaths are worth it. Kind of extreme, right? Might be held accountable. But let's say you murder this person and you save it all, right? You're going to go to jail. You're going to be caught in a lose-lose situation, right? Or you could just sit back and do nothing, right? And it's still bad. Let's change this one more. Imagine for a second that we're not talking about the trolley car anymore. So I'll leave you on this point. You're on that same bridge. It's collapsing. You're with the favorite person that you have in your life. It could be a mother, it could be a father, it could be a child, it could be a brother, a sister, a wife, a husband, a friend, whoever it is for you. And the bridge starts collapsing. And you could save your favorite person in the world or save 5 other people from falling to their death. Who would you save? If you could save your favorite person in the world or save 5 other people, would you still save your favorite person? Hell yeah, you are. What if your favorite person is saying to you, don't save me, kill everyone else, save everyone else. I'm going to die. Save them all. If you don't save them, you're killing them. Save me. Don't save me. Save them. If you save me, they die. Let me go. What about 10 people? Would you save your favorite person if they were saying for help, or even if they weren't saying for help, for 10 people? 100 people. 1,000 people. 10,000 people. 1 million people. 100 million people. Would you save the favorite person in the world or 100 million people? At this point, people start getting a little squeamish, right? Because this is way more than genocide, right? What about 500 million people? What about all of humanity? Our emotional attachment plays into this. We like to say murder is cut and dry. Every society on the planet has it. A law banning murder. But morality and our personal judgment of whatever morality is, personal connection, plays a role. We look at the greatest good, the greatest number, but only when it affects us. When it affects us, you're going to save that one person over those 20 other people, most likely. And if you're not, you're probably a saint. It's not a good situation, but these are the choices governors are making right now when they're choosing to open states or not. And even when they're closing states, they know their economy is going to be wrecked. They know people are going to be at hard times for years to come the longer this goes on. There's no win here. There's only hard choices. Think about this when you look at the death penalty, when you look at deaths that are going to be occurring from decisions. Try to find the morality behind it and try to find your personal tolerance towards it. What are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to sacrifice the economy to save lives of strangers? Or do you want to go back to work and save your own family? Guys, you have a great one. Take it easy.